guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is the next installment in my TBR redo series. This is a series where I am revisiting my old TBRs and reading any of the books that I didn't finish. So in this video, I'm going to be looking back at the TBR that I made in April 2020. Here we go. I'm nervous. I have no idea what was on my TBR for this month. So let's find out. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my April TBR and we are once again going to be choosing. Okay, let me just skip the beginning. First pick is this one. Folklore or mythology. So this would be any book that has to do with some type of folklore or mythology. For that one, I'm going to choose a book that I have been wanting to read for years, and that is Circe by Madeline Miller. This may come as a shock to people that I haven't already read this. I've tried to read it many times, and every time I just wasn't really in the mood for Greek mythology, but okay. I haven't read this, so let me go grab it. Oh, I'm embarrassed. Circe. I didn't read this. I think I've read the first 20 pages of this book 5 times, and I've just never been able to get into it. Not because I don't think I'm gonna like it. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm intimidated because it's so popular, but I feel really guilty because after this TBR, at least a couple times a week, even today, like literally up till now, somebody will ask me if I've read this. And I just ignore all of them. Anytime someone asks me about it, I ignore it because I'm embarrassed that I haven't read it. I guess we're doing that now. So basically this is Greek mythology following Circe, who is a goddess who is banished by Zeus to this island, and she becomes a witch, and that's all I know about it, if I'm being honest. I am excited. I know I'm kind of like acting like I'm not excited. I am excited to read this. I've always wanted to have read this because I love Greek mythology. Okay, no, I'm happy about this. I'm happy about this. Although this was only the first book. I'm nervous what else is gonna happen in here. The next one is this most recent purchase. So my most recent purchase is The Deep by Alma Katsu. I talked about, okay, I DNF'd that. I think I read like over half of it. I didn't like it. It was super weird, and I don't feel like it was what the synopsis promised. It was, I don't know, it was bizarre, and I did not like it. The next one is, here we go, published this year. So I have tons of books that I could have chosen for this one, but I ended up going for The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. This was sent to me by... Okay, I obviously read that. It's probably my all-time favorite book, if I really had to pick an all-time favorite. Do I want to reread it? No. No. Maybe. I should reread it at some point, but not right now. The next one... Ooh, okay. Sapphic. So that means a book with a sapphic character or a sapphic romance. So I have a ton of books that I could choose for this, but I think I'm gonna go with a shorter one, and that is Miranda in Milan by Catherine Duckett. I read that. I think I gave it 3 stars. It was okay. Right. The next one is this. Ooh, okay. 5-star prediction. I already have one 5-star prediction on here. Most of the books that were on my 5-star prediction were pretty long, so I think I'm going to pick Silver in the Wood by Emily Tesh. I don't actually own a physical copy. I read that. I loved it. I need to read the sequel. There's a sequel, right? I gotta do that. This was like such a cute book. All right, the next one, the first book in a series. Okay, so the one that I picked, I don't fully know if it's a series. Goodreads does say that this is number 1, so I'm gonna assume that it is. So the one I chose is Phoenix Unbound by Grace Draven. I read that. This was what started my love and obsession for Grace Draven, and I've now read many, many books by her. But yeah, that one is really good. Wow, I read a lot of really good books in this month. Let's do one more. Last one. What would you know? I picked romance. Of course I did. This is the only one that I think I've repeated. Okay, that took me forever to decide. I had way too many options, but I did settle on something, so I chose My Life in Shambles by Karina Halley. I read that. I honestly don't remember what I thought of it. So here are the books on my— oh, was that it? Oh my god, okay. I was expecting there to be more. So that means that the only book that I will be reading for this vlog is Circe. Okay, actually, no. Now that this is the only one that I'm reading for this vlog, I'm more excited. I was worried there would be a couple more, but I read everything else. Wow. I did a lot better on these TBRs than I remembered. So the rest of this vlog is going to be me vlogging my experience reading Circe. Hopefully this time I will be able to get past the first chapter, because that's the ultimate test, because I've read the first chapter several times. So I've read the first chapter and I feel just as dumb as the last time I read the first chapter. I'm hoping that as I keep reading, something will click for me, because right now, I feel like after every single page, I have to sit there and think about what I just read in order to understand it. And I don't know what's going on, because it's not like I'm necessarily unfamiliar with Greek mythology. I wouldn't say I'm like an expert, but I know enough. But like something about like, I'm just, maybe it's because the first chapter was like a lot of information thrown at me. Like a lot of names, a lot of people, a lot of relations. And I was like, really struggling to figure it out. You know what? I think I'm gonna make a little family tree. Them Greek gods are wild. Everyone is connected, everyone is related, everyone's popping out kids. So let me just jot down the characters that I've met so far and their relations to each other. A lot of characters also have like the same name but a little different. So like we have Perse and then Perseus, which is literally the same name but add an S at the end. Okay, here's my beautiful family tree drawing. And I guess I can just keep adding on to this as more people are introduced. But yeah, I mean, I do like the writing. I just feel dumb. I just feel dumb. And I'm hoping that changes. Good luck, Riley. How many pages was the first chapter? Because it felt like it took me 30 minutes. The first chapter was 13 pages. Oh my god, I'm gonna struggle with this. I'm gonna be reading this book for so long. That was only 13 pages? No, ma'am. That can't be right. I read way more than that. I know that I'm gonna love this in the end. I'm just struggling right now, honestly. And I'm kind of regretting every choice that I have made that has led up to this moment. Good morning. So I am now about 50 pages into Circe, and I freaked out for nothing. I am definitely understanding it fine now. I don't know what it was. The first chapter, I think it was just like a lot of information being thrown at me and a lot of names, a lot of exposition. And I was like overwhelmed thinking that the whole book was gonna be like that. But it definitely chilled out and it became a lot more easy to understand. But I feel like that first chapter of just excessive amounts of backstory was needed in order to very easily understand the rest that's going on. So yeah, so far, not much in terms of like plot progression has happened. From my understanding, I feel like this isn't gonna be a very plot heavy book. I feel like it's gonna be completely character driven, like just about Circe as a character and developing over the like thousands of years that I think we're gonna be following her. I feel a lot more confident going into reading this book today than I did last night. I found this YouTube ambiance video that is titled, "You're Looking Down on the World from Olympus." And oh my god, it's so good. It has a bunch of songs with this like rain sound going over it. So I think I'm gonna play this for a little bit while I pack some boxes to get me into the Circe mood, and then I will continue reading more of this probably around lunchtime. I am just going to, I don't really know what I'm doing. I kind of do the same exact makeup look every single time. The eyeshadow palette I use most of the time is this Tati Beauty one, but I honestly like wear the same exact color. I always wear this matte brown shade. It looks good like every single time. It looks effortless, like it looks not natural, obviously, because it's makeup, but it just looks like super, like I just woke up and I didn't really even try. So I just kind of like take it and I like pat it all over the lid, and then I just sit here and blend. Don't care if it looks messy because that's kind of the point. And the key is like once you put it down on the lid, don't go back for more. Just blend whatever you have there. Then I take a little bit more and I just run it under my lash line. I don't know why in this lighting it's pulling super orange. It's like not orange actually in person. I think it's just my bathroom lighting. And then the eyeliner that I always use is Stila. And then with eyeliner, I try to do it in as little movements as I possibly can, because the more that you sit there and like mess with it, the worse it's gonna look. I don't know why I woke up today and decided I wanted to give y'all a makeup tutorial, but this is what you're getting today. You can't even really tell that I have top eyelashes. My lashes are like not it, but I also don't like wearing false eyelashes, so I just kind of live with it. For blush, I've literally had this NARS blush palette, I think for over 10 years. I'm pretty sure I got this in high school. And I don't know, I just kind of swirl in all the colors. And then I sort of focus my blush. I saw this on TikTok. I focus my blush like up here. And I don't know what that does, but I saw some TikTok girlies doing it, so whatever. And then the highlighter that I wear is this, the Balm, and I just do like a little kind of exclamation point on my nose. And then a little bit up here, here. I don't really like to highlight too much. And then I take my beauty blender and I kind of like press the highlight in so it doesn't look like it's just a swipe of sparkly powder on my face. Like it kind of like melts it in and looks like my skin is just kind of glowing. Okay, and then the last part, which is the best part and the part that everybody asks me about, literally everybody, and I'm not just saying that in the YouTube way of like, oh my god, everybody asked me this, when really nobody did, they just want to talk about it. Every time I wear this lip combo, so many people in the comments of my videos ask me what it is. So basically I take the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. This is not necessary. This is not the star of the lip look. This is literally just, I use it to make my lips a little bit fuller. But I use the lip liner and I overline right here and up here. And then the rest of my lip, I just line normally. So I really concentrate the like overlining like right in the center, because I just want my lips to look a little like pouty. Not actually like I have an entire second lip on top of my lip. And I don't fill in my lips with the liner. That's why the liner is like not the star of the show. You don't actually have to do this step. But this is the star. This is the ColourPop lip gloss in the shade Champagne Mommy. Oh my god, when I wear this lip gloss, I feel like an entirely different person. I feel like a boss bitch. Like, look how pretty that is. This is what it looks like in natural lighting. My bathroom lighting sucks, but it's honestly just like the prettiest color. Like, look at just like how amazing it looks. Oh my god. I literally feel like I could take over the world when I wear this lip gloss. I dare people to try me when I wear this lip gloss. ColourPop Champagne Mommy. You can get it from Ulta for like $3.50. Okay, you guys, I am now on page 227, so I'm over halfway. And besties, I hate to tell you this, but I think it's boring. Like, we're really just following Circe over the course of like hundreds and thousands of years. And I don't know what I was expecting, but Circe is boring. Like, yeah, Circe the book is boring because Circe the character is boring. Oh my god. She is so boring. And now I understand why like freaking all of the gods in her family hate her. Like, girl, you're dull. You're dull. Like, no wonder all your siblings and your parents didn't give a fuck about you and like banished you to some island. It's because you were boring. Pros about this book so far. Because I'm not hating it, I'm just not loving it. The writing, immaculate. Madeline Miller knows how to freaking write. Also, I just like seeing the side quests. So throughout Circe's life, she had a lot of intersections with like very popular Greek mythology, legends and stuff that I'm familiar with. So like she met Prometheus and Daedalus and Icarus and the Minotaur and Scylla the sea monster. Like all of these cool other people and legends and stuff she like crosses paths with. And those are the most interesting parts for me. But they're side quests. they're not like part of the main. I guess you could argue that the side quests are the main story because there is no plot. That's another thing, there's no plot, which is fine. I can read a plotless book, but a plotless book about a boring character, oh no, 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 no. But my favorite scenes was when she went to visit her sister, who we learn is the mother of the Minotaur. She gave birth to this grotesque creature, and then we see Daedalus create the labyrinth where they trap the Minotaur in it. That whole part was like so cool to me. But again, that had nothing to do with Circe. She was just like, we were just viewing these cool things happen through her eyes, and she did absolutely nothing. Which actually, I don't think this book has come out yet, but I got my book of the month package for May, and this is one of the book of the month books, and this is about the Minotaur. This is about Minotaur's sister, and it's about her helping Theseus kill the beast. So I'm like super excited now to read this because that whole storyline was definitely super interesting to me in here, but I didn't really care about reading about it from Circe's point of view because she had absolutely nothing to do with it. She was just a viewer. She was just a spectator. I'm just bored. I'm like so, I'm so disappointed because I thought this was gonna be 5 stars. I like everything that I've heard about this book and heard about Circe, like, I don't know. I'm just so conflicted because I love the writing and I like all the side stories, but I don't like Circe. And to be perfectly honest, if I wasn't reading this for this video, I probably would have quit by now. Because there's nothing that's keeping me like excited to pick it up. I've been reading it 1 chapter at a time because I have no desire to keep picking it up. And when I'm reading it and I finish a chapter, I have no desire to read the next chapter. I've been reading this for like 3 weeks now. You probably can't even tell with this vlog because I haven't been vlogging, but I've been reading it for 3 freaking weeks. So I don't know, I'm kind of waiting for like the moment when something changes. And the thing is, I've already gotten to the thing that Circe does, like that we all know, like that she's known for, and that's turning Odysseus's men into pigs. I've already gotten there. She already did the thing, and I still don't find her interesting. So I'm wondering if that's never gonna happen. I was like holding out hope. I was like waiting, okay, when this happens, then I'm gonna be like, Team Circe. And I'm just so shocked because I feel like everybody loves this. Like, I feel like I've never heard anybody talk bad about this book. What's not clicking? Why am I not enjoying it? I'm really excited. I ordered these like anxiety rings. They're basically just like spinning rings for anxiety. I don't know what it is like lately. I don't know if it's because of like my move or whatever. I've been super stressed. Like my anxiety has been so bad. So I ordered these rings. They're like spinning rings that you wear and then you can just kind of like fidget with them. Oh my God, they're so cute. Here's what they look like. So these two have like moons on them and they all just kind of like spin. I'm so excited. I don't really know. I guess I gotta figure out which fingers they all fit on. Ooh, this one's cool. This one's like 3 interconnected rings. Okay, there we go. My rings. So now I can just kind of like, when I'm feeling anxious, go like this. I don't know, like when I'm anxious, like I fidget with my hands. And so like, I don't know, maybe this will help. We'll see, we'll see. Even if they don't help my anxiety, they're cute. I feel like Harry Styles. All right, so I finished Circe. I have such conflicting feelings about this book. I don't even know right now what I'm gonna rate it. Let me talk this out. Maybe we can figure it out together. I'm gonna break it into sections. So the first 1/4 of the book, I liked. I was intrigued, I was interested in like the beginnings of Circe and who Circe was as a character. So the first 1/4 would be 3 stars. Okay, so then we have the second 1/4, which again, I think was interesting. This was the period that had the most like side quests that I was talking about earlier. So like this was when Circe was just discovering her witch powers and was using them on people. I enjoyed this section. So I think that this section I would give 3.5 stars. We were still like ramping up. The third 1/4 of the book was where things just crashed and burned for me. We finally get to what has always been known about Circe, and that is her intersection with Odysseus and his crew, and when she turns them into pigs. And that, like, this part, like, when Odysseus and his crew were on her island, oh my God, just so boring. Like, endless pages of Circe being like, I love Odysseus, and just like mooning over him. Like, boring. Nothing happened. She just walked around her island endlessly for pages and pages and pages and pages and pages and talked about pigs. Like, dull. I give this section 1 star. But then we have the last fourth. The last fourth of this book saved it. It saved it. And I'd probably give the last fourth 5 stars. If the entire book had been this, if the entire book had been these 2 mothers who both had children with the same man, and they have to like come together as mothers wanting to protect their children and give their children the best life. Amazing, immaculate. I loved it, loved it. If the entire book had been that, we would be having a totally different conversation, because that's what I was expecting. Based on the way that people have talked about this book, I was expecting the entire thing to be that. I understand that like it was the journey, it was like seeing the story arc, it was seeing how Circe got to that. Yeah, the end destination was amazing and I really liked it, but the journey was boring. I almost feel like if the story had been told in a different order, like not in a chronological order, I would have liked it. If it had been her and Penelope and their sons on the island the whole book, and then interspersed throughout, Circe's like telling all these stories from her past to her son or something, that could have been it. Because then it would have been like we would see the end destination, but then we're trying to figure out, okay, how did Circe get here? But instead we followed it chronologically, and it was just boring because it was just like there was interesting parts that were padded with just endless boring scenes of Circe walking around her island talking about how alone she is. It could have been so cool, but it just wasn't. Okay, so where am I landing on my rating? So I said 3, hold on, I gotta do math. Let's average this out to see what my rating is based on that. So we have a 3.125. So 3 stars. Yeah, that feels okay for me. I was kind of leaning towards like a 2.5. 3 feels a little bit better. 2.5 just seems a little too mean because it wasn't a bad book. I want to make that clear. The writing was amazing. I just feel like it wasn't the book that I wanted it to be. So does that make it a bad book? Clearly not, because everybody loves it. Really sad about this. I genuinely thought this was gonna be a 5 star. Like, this is a book that I've held on to for years, like waiting for that perfect time to read because I thought it was gonna be 5 stars. I thought it was gonna be a new favorite. However, I am very excited to read A Song of Achilles because I did really like Madeline Miller's writing, and she clearly has a really big passion for Greek mythology, which really shone through. So I am excited to read that. I feel like people like that better. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like that's the vibe that I've gotten. That people love Circe, but people love A Song of Achilles. So yeah, let me know in the comments if anyone else didn't love this like I did, because I genuinely feel like I'm the only one, and that makes me question myself and my own taste. Yeah, another successful, I don't really know if this was a successful TBR redo, because I didn't really like the book, but I read it, and that's the point. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I'm very excited to see what books are gonna be on my TBR redo next month, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!